Adrian Correa, as we call him here in office, bro. And we have him here because, well, Arsenal ended up losing, or rather drawing a match that would have felt like a loss, truth be told. It was a match against relegation-threatened West Ham. 10 times out of 10, you're backing Arsenal to win it, but they, first, let's just say they had to do an Arsenal, dare I say, I'm very sorry, I had to do that. And from a 2-0 winning position, 2 all down,
What did they do a Spurs?
Oh,
If we did a Spurs, we would have gone on to lose the match.
yeah, but
But
they,
you almost tried your level best in
Yes,
that.
but either
that's
which
why we
way,
are not Spurs.
exactly. But of course, you're not Spurs. No one is Spurs.
Of course.
United in that regard.
Yes.
You're divided by teams, united by hatred for Spurs.
Well, I'm here, no, so you got to be united, you see.
Or any which way, the whole point of our debate today or right now is that, well, we knew it was always going to be a very tough run in. We know what is at stake still. Have Arsenal irrevocably tripped up? Obviously, I know you would have been really mad after the match because let's face facts.
No, let me first ask Noel this before we gather our thoughts around that. What hurts more, the penalty miss or the fact that you blew up a 2-0 lead?
Always, of course, blowing a 2-0 is tough, but the penalty miss is going to be really hard because number one, this was Saka's first penalty miss since the
Euros.
Euro 20 final, if I'm not wrong. And he's been in great form. He's been in really good form. If not for Erling Haaland, he would have definitely been in earshot for the Player of the Year award this year. So for him missing an opportunity in a match which could have been a potential title decider is really tough to take. But of course, losing a 2-0 lead to 2-2 against a team like West Ham away from home always hurts.
I mean,
a London club. that
I'll
also.
tell you this. When you're reaching this point of the season, it doesn't matter how many you concede as long as you win.
Yeah.
What matters
Exactly.
is 3 points. If they hung on to those 3 points, right now we'd be staring at still a 6-point lead.
6-point lead,
6-point
yes.
lead
With-
with a game in
with a
hand.
game in hand
But
with
now it's a 4-point lead. 4-point lead with City still having a game in hand means if they win that game in hand as well as beat Arsenal,
They have a 2-point advantage
Exactly.
there. In 3
Exactly.
weeks' time, the entire equation changes, and then you could be looking at City having a 2-point lead. So everything that we've been talking about for the last 8 months is
Makes
just
no
8
sense.
months.
It all come down to the final month of the season. What is the use of Arsenal being on top since October if we have to enter May 2nd in the league?
exactly, and that's the point. I mean, it doesn't matter how many weeks you've topped it.
Exactly.
If you've topped it in the last week, once everything is done, that's what counts.
It'll be very interesting if, let's say, given what we are, let's say, suggesting, which is a Manchester City upsurge from here and them to sort of, leapfrog Arsenal and then be that team at the top. Arsenal, I think, will be the first club, I think, in about 14 years to be at the top on Christmas and not win the league.
Yes.
Exactly. Normally,
Just
whoever
think
is,
about it that way.
Yeah. Whoever's on top during Christmas, normally that's a very good indicator as to where the league is going. It always has been, especially
Yes.
in recent years in the Premier League, where there's always, even though there's been a race sometimes, you could tell who the favorite was come that rather busy Christmas
If I'm
run.
not wrong, the only one exception to that, I think, was when Liverpool, I think, weren't really top the season that they won. But then I think they came back, and that's the only exception. I think 14 or 15 times
Also,
it's
you
happened,
can-
just the one time that it's not.
You can also tell the Leicester City season because nobody expected them to win it. That when they were on top, that they went on to win it when come the Christmas and after that. But other than that, I think every other time you see the favorites always going on to win it, especially if City is in the contention.
recent
for
years-
the-
And every, I sort of feel for him, because
I feel for
so,
myself
because all said and done, first you were looking at Christmas. Okay, everyone thought, it's a fluke of sorts that to begin with they had a very good run in the season. Then of course, then you were all looking at Christmas, let's say, as one of the benchmarks. Okay, Christmas, then we'll assess, Arsenal will be coming down. Then you were like, okay, let's just have a look at the World Cup. Then also they managed to pick themselves up and managed to maintain. So all said and done, I think
without Jesus. Remember,
Without
World Cup
Jesus,
after without
yes.
Jesus.
Yes, there was no Gabriel Jesus because he ended up getting
Yes.
massive knock during
So
the
for
World Cup.
all the resilience that they showed, it's good actually. They put up a good fight. City weren't runaway winners of the Premier League. They've given City a good run for the money. But all said and done, I think they've got themselves to blame. Losing points today.
But
Don't forget, this
one
West
thing
Ham-
let me bring up over here. I don't know whether you guys will concur with me, but do you think losing Saliba has completely hurt our chances? Because I personally feel it can be counted as an excuse as an Arsenal
No,
fan.
you can't. You can't really.
But then-
Yeah, you don't win champion. You can't say, okay, because Fernandinho wasn't there only. You haven't heard.
See, but then-
See, the thing with Manchester City and usually all the champion teams, let's say the Bayern Munich also, or the Barcelona, which won the treble in 2015, they are all teams that rely on the bench strength as well. So you
Exactly.
can't just say, okay, I've got a best, I've got a very good playing 11, but nothing beyond
Nothing
that.
beyond
But
that.
can I point out something here? Is that the entire criticism of this particular Arsenal team was where is the depth?
Where is the depth? Exactly.
In fact, that is the reason many people thought their title run would fall off the rails once Jesus got injured.
Exactly.
Because people are like, Ketia's probably not doing
Yeah.
it. You need a striker. Ketia, to his credit, really stepped up. But
And Chelsea stole Mudryk in the middle of when we really needed that one attacker.
yeah, but then you got Trossard, so who
Yeah,
really
we got
wins?
Trossard, which
But
is
I'm
why
pretty
I'm not
sure it doesn't
complaining.
hurt to see Mudryk go their way.
hello.
It doesn't.
It doesn't as of now, because again, not like he's been,
No, the we're in disarray. But by the way,
not like he's moving mountains over there or anything.
Oh, but Mikhailo
But he
Mudryk
can
is
still do it.
No, Mikhailo Mudryk is the only Chelsea player this year to get 2 Premier League assists, and he joined in January. That's how bad things are. Really?
It's still a start. Mudryk has always been one of those players who went on to do extremely great in a less competitive league and now has come into one of the most competitive football tournaments in the world.
We asked him.
Exactly. So you need to still wait. You need to wait for another maybe next season or a season after that. But I'm sure there is definitely going to be a season where Mudryk is going to do well. But anyways, coming back to Arsenal, I feel Arteta has all said and done has done a great job, be it in the summer transfer window or
I
the
have
January
not
transfer.
taken our in-house football expert.
We
We have asked him. Yeah.
Actually, we did.
We asked him.
He's very American sports.
Major League Soccer?
For the
Yeah,
win.
so should we
Yeah,
turn
God,
to
no.
MLS?
soccer?
So, what are we discussing about Arsenal or Chelsea or Manchester City?
Arsenal, obviously.
Arsenal.
We have
I
to
know.
plan. How dare we?
Gunners, huh? Really?
Yes.
Not firing.
Not firing in the most crucial moment, but I would not say not firing. It's more about a very bad or lack thereof of a defensive push in the last few quarters of the match, especially because if you see last season, we celebrated a 1-0 victory over Wolves. Not because we won, but because we managed to keep our 1-0 lead, and those were big. Now I feel as a team, Arsenal have lost that little bit of confidence, would you say, or rather they've gotten overconfident when they have a lead, which is why they have started losing all those leads. And today a lot of people will turn their heads and blame Holding, because they do not rate him as highly as maybe a Saliba. But a lot of people also forget in that 1-0 victory over Wolves, it was Holding who made sure we.
Noel
kept
is
the
very
lead.
sad today just because of that draw.
Saturday.
I am.
And what about Arsenal versus Newcastle and many other matches? Arsenal versus Chelsea as well.
And by the way, the Arsenal-Chelsea thing, I always have said this. I said this in a previous debate with Harshit in recent years. Chelsea, whether or not they're involved in the title race, are kingmakers.
Always,
kingmakers.
always.
Yes. 1 second. There are 2 questions that you guys should answer.
Uh-huh.
So one is asked by Sachin Kashyap. He wants to know how can you bottle a game when you're 2-0 ahead against West Ham? So answer that and answer Sports Warriors question where he's saying Saliba no,
And
not this one.
Tomiyasu, yeah.
No, he's saying dude, Man City has 3x reserve and depth. How
Exactly.
can you compete with that kind of unlimited money? So answer these 2 questions.
First, I'll answer the second question, which this is one thing which I guess even Shane and Harshit can attest to, that I never said Arsenal were in the title race the whole time we were on top of the Premier League. Only for the only reason that Manchester City have great depth in their squad. You bring off Haaland, you can bring on Julian Alvarez, a World Cup winner, and for every position I can keep naming another position, another player who can who's a world class player. So I have always maintained that Arsenal will not win it. Which is
No,
why-
Noel, it's just because you don't have confidence in your team.
Okay, I'll be honest. I always feel that if I say it is not gonna happen, it's eventually gonna happen. Which is why I have never.
See, this is the problem.
We
you
reversed
never
jinx.
trusted the team fully.
No, but I did. I
Oh,
did.
no, wait. He's saying not trusting the team fully. This is the Delhi Capitals fan who's not wearing Look at me. My team has lost 2 matches. I'm still wearing the team thing now. And by the way, my teams, every single team I'm supporting is disappointing me. KKR have lost 2 matches. Chelsea have lost 3 matches. Mercedes are doing nothing in the F1. Imagine my state. I'm a sports fan. Mental health is racked, my friend.
No, Punjab has not disappointed me. Yeah, but Bayern Munich.
Oh, that's what you
I'm
get
very
for
disappointed
that's
from
what you
Bayern,
get
yeah.
for sacking Nagelsmann.
And the first question which Sir had told was, how can you bottle a 2-0 lead? I think I would like to, instead of holding, I would like to put a lot of the blame on Partey over here. He should have come back and covered in a lot of situations, especially when you don't have someone like Saliba, because holding does not have the physical presence of Saliba. So Partey has shown that he can run from the center circle to the defensive line and win the ball. But he has not been doing that. He didn't do that against Liverpool. He didn't do that against West Ham. I'm really hoping he finally does it in the next 7 games that are going to come. But because if we don't have Partey performing, then I don't think we will be able to hold on to the lead that we have right now.
Yeah, because I think City at this point, by the way, and I'll say this about them, they just know when to peak. They were
Exactly.
iffy, if and bad, and through the season, and then out of nowhere, people are like, oh, maybe the team is better without Haaland in it. I refuse to
Never.
I refuse to agree with
Never.
that statement now. Guy scored 32 goals, is on course for breaking the all-time Premier League record.
Has
I
already
agree with
broken-
Shane. Manchester City knows how to peak and how to attack. If we look at the game against the Champions League one, Bayern Munich versus Manchester City, they don't have that much of possession. They don't have that much of passing.
Very effective.
They were only attacking against Bayern, and they did well. But in this
And
game,
to add to that, look at the clarity that they have in their plans. Pep Guardiola didn't even feel the need to give Haaland a second half yesterday after he got a brace.
Yes, of course.
That's the kind of clarity and conviction he has in the team, and by the way, the backup striker as well, which is something I admire about the guy as much as I
You can't
hate
even
everything
call,
about
you can't even
him.
call him a backup striker. He's a World Cup winner.
Julian
Alvarez,
Alvarez,
of course.
Yeah,
He's
Julian
not a backup
Alvarez.
striker. I don't think he's a backup striker.
No,
He's
but
just
the
a
way-
player who's in the team to complement Haaland.
Yeah.
I think he might be as good as Haaland, if not in the finishings and if not in
Overall
the finishing.
play.
In the overall play, he's much he might be better than Haaland, but
Not
Haaland
might,
has
he
this
is.
one thing. His finishing is excellent.
But
He's
very
a centrally attacked.
No,
player.
exactly.
And Julian
I
Alvarez is
think
not that
we
kind
He
of
can get
player.
across
Yeah.
the attacking lineup.
But just to draw the discussion back to what
Arsenal.
we originally thought
Yeah.
it would be,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
that was Arsenal.
But it is always about Arsenal.
Yeah, but
Yes.
how exactly is it just 2 game weeks that have completely thrown open the title race, or rather ended the title
See,
race?
it was always.
Are we
going-
not expecting anything at Etihad, and we have sort of assumed that it is 3
going to be a
points to
loss.
Man City? Yeah.
Uh,
For somebody, for a club that's challenged or rather gunned for the Premier
I think
League
Arsenal-
title, the whole of the last 8 months,
One
is
thing-
it? How can it be just a given that Arsenal will not win at the
I'll
Etihad?
answer that. It's not a given, but the problem was that of the fixtures that they have fixtures against Newcastle, Brighton, even
But they're
Chelsea,
playing-
even Chelsea.
But
I
they're
know
playing
Chelsea,
both of them after playing City.
The point is, you note for a fact that those are also tough fixtures, and
Very
City
tough.
at the Etihad is a
and
tough
once we have
fixture.
struggled in
Very
the
tough
recent
fixture.
years.
But Arsenal can be telling themselves, okay, even City have got to travel to Brentford. They've also got to travel to Craven Cottage.
Also got to travel
They're
to Germany.
They're going to be playing, I think, relegation threatened Everton, who have all the reasons to go for that win.
But also you need to talk about the fact that they are still in 3 competitions.
Yes.
City
Yeah,
still have
Arsenal-
to play Bayern in the
Champions League.
Then they have the FA Cup
And
match
possibly
also.
Real Madrid in a couple of weeks'
Of
time.
course.
Yeah.
They still
You know
have
the best part about all of this is you could have another
Thank you.
Manchester team doing the treble.
Oh yes.
You
Sorry?
could have another Manchester team doing the treble. The blue side of Manchester.
Or you could also have another Bayer Leverkusen kind of case where they
Oh yes,
they
Bayern
last
Leverkusen. I remember that team.
where they were in contention to win all 3 trophies
One
and
man.
lost all 3 trophies on the last day of that particular tournament.
2002 it was.
I think it was 2002. We
You know
had
why I know this?
Lucio was there in that team. I remember he used to play for FC Goa, but one of the best Brazilian. players
Okay,
of
Sports
those days.
Warrior is asking a question. Saliba Tomiyasu injury cost us.
Yes.
Why did Arteta sub Jesus instead of Bukayo Saka?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. But see, tactics in hindsight is much easier to analyze. Okay. We've never really questioned Arteta as a tactician.
We've
never done it really. In fact,
Because he's the prodigy of Pep Guardiola. So it's been a very long time since anybody has ever questioned Guardiola's tactics. So when he comes from that mold, and a lot of his football is also extremely similar. If you look at it recently, I saw that how the difference between Arsenal teams and the other teams. You see, whenever you get a break, you'll see all the Arsenal players gathered around Arteta discussing tactics, while the other teams do not do that. They are all in their particular positions. This is something that Arteta has picked up from Guardiola and brought it to this team along with the kind of winning mentality. Not right now, of course, but still a winning mentality.
I mean,
in
they're
the
still
team.
top of the league.
Yeah, they're still top of.
But I
Hopefully-
think let's finally answer that one question.
Yes.
Is this really the trip up that seals the thing? Like, you know, when it comes to, I remember close title races or underdog title races.
saw one
You had
last year.
Leicester.
Last year.
exactly.
And
Last year.
also if I go back, say, you know, Liverpool in 2013-14. That year, they were riding high, started
Yeah.
Suarez, but everyone knew the team was a little shaky.
Yes, it
they
was.
lost that one match to Chelsea. Everyone knew that was the end of it. And that's why I
For
say
everyone.
Chelsea are very much kingmakers.
Yes.
They just have that tendency of ruining any team's ability to win a title. They did it to City in 1920. They've done it to Liverpool also. So it does happen. And that's why I'm saying, is this going to be that moment we look at where like, yeah, I think they lost the title. Yeah? For me, yes. If it really comes down to it, I think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think
I'm with
like
you. I'm with you.
Like I
Noel.
mentioned, Arteta is from the Guardiola mold. So he will, whatever all said and done, he is going to bring these players up from whatever dumps they are in currently. He's going to do whatever he can to build up their winning mentality. We have a lot of important matches coming up. I guess we're playing Southampton next, and then 2 days later we go to Chelsea, and then of course the all-important City game. But I feel personally it's going to come down to the match after City where we play Newcastle United, and then a couple of games we play Brighton.
He's
I guess
basically rattled off all the fixtures.
All the fixtures.
yeah, at the end of the day it's going to
You're just left with 7 now, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
7.
seven.
Yeah,
Whereas City
7.
have 8.
Last match we play is Wolves. So I guess it's all going to come down on May 28th.
Sachin
which
Kashyap is saying, I hope Southampton game will be a turnaround.
It should because
It should, it
they're
should.
20th. If you don't beat them, then it's really poor. But
Also,
so
we
far-
need to win against Southampton because Chelsea 2 days later is going to be a really tough fixture. We might have to go in with a couple of
A very
changes,
revised team.
A very
Correct.
revised team
Correct.
because we need to maintain our fitness for the City game. But I think it's all going to come down to the final season of the final day of the
So
season.
you're the only one left. I say yes, this could be. They said
Yeah,
no.
I don't think there's much left now for us to see for game week 20 or till game week 38. I think we're almost headed in that direction wherein we're looking at this title race getting summed up in about 2 weeks' time when that crucial match that we all spoke about, City playing or rather playing hosts to Arsenal. A big blow, big del to Arsenal, and that's what we just discussed for all of you. We hope you liked this discussion, and in case you did, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to Sports Today from Anuj, Noel, Shane, and myself. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.